Sagittarius, what's good? I'm your wild and free high priest, chillin'. This is a message for the Sagittarius Sun and Rising Collective. Regardless of your natal placement, this may resonate with you. I strongly suggest that you take only what does and leave the rest behind. Hit like if the message does resonate with you. Feel free to share this with other Sagittarians or folks that you think may enjoy the message. I'm ever so grateful to connect once again. Thank you all for the likes. And thank you for hanging out. Ever so grateful for our connection and our energetic exchange. This message is attuned to the new moon in Scorpio, so the last half of November. Because it's a new moon reading, it can resonate for the first week, November 20th through the 28th, and then it can also resonate for the 28 days following November 20th. It can resonate for the next 9.5 months or 2.5 years, depending on how you vibe with the energy, with the moon, with the lunar forces that be the gestation periods. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. I ask that our guides of the highest, most brilliant divine white light protect you, me, and us as I channel and interpret for your Sagittarius divine. Okay, so the biggest takeaway for Sagittarius rising, especially because of the horoscope, I just want to say that you are manifesting something like really big, or like something really big is coming into your life. You're having to address a lot of things in your mind, like what makes you feel like you need to escape, or it's like you can't escape time on this plane. And so it is more like advice, like eliminate anything that curtails or is adverse, creates adverse reactions, that leads you to try to escape time. So any like escapists or any behaviors that are in that zone of escapism, or always the desire to have an overwhelming amount of choices, or the desire to have this relationship, that relationship, this friendship, this thing, that thing, this thing. You're really proving to yourself that your level of spiritual awareness, self-awareness, and how you were affected, especially by, it could be a mother figure or parental, maternal figures. It doesn't have to be a mother either. It could be both. It could be like the dynamic qualities of the who your parents were, how you were parented in your childhood, right? This will alleviate a lot of you could feel like there have been many karmic type of relationships, and now you want to be released from that. And so it's really like, can you take the time to allow all of that to sink in, to process in the body and the mind, and also take time to clear out what's on your mind, bring in a lot of more protection, a lot of boundaries, okay, or not a lot of boundaries, but just take time for that. Someone could be experiencing karma around you. They could be looking at you like, how did they make it out of this? Well, you went through it too, right, Sagittarius? Like, I think that's what the message has been for like last year. It's like, you've been hurt, you've been effed over in so many ways, and now it's like, well, we're done with that. We're leaving that in the past, and right now it is really like, your guides want to make sure that you're ready. Like, what you know is significant, and are you allowing it, more so, are you allowing it to push you into a new understanding, into a new era of a new karmic era after justice, okay? So the card 11, the card number 8. One Sacred Symbols Oracle for the Sagittarius Sun and Rising Collective for the last half of November. This message is attuned to the new moon in Scorpio. Thank you, Sagittarius. Remember, take only what resonates. Hit like if it does resonate. Yeah, gratitude. So keep up with the gratitude practices. Right now it may seem like, okay, is this really going to happen? Yes, it's going to happen as long as you keep making way for it and tending to whatever you need to tend to, the home and the mind, how you feel at home, and how your thought process when you're at home, when you're at work. The gratitude practices that I've been talking about, which is journaling 10 things, whether it's in the morning or in the evening or any time really. An example is 10 things you are grateful for, and also making sure you list out the reasons why, not just the reason, not just what you're grateful for, but why. And it doesn't have to be like super deep, but why not? What I mean is, like, you could just be happy to have your health right, because health is wellness, and health is what keeps you motivated. You're happy, you have motivation after being demotivated and being hurt and being pushed aside or something like that. Gratitude card 35. Let's see, let me not skip. Let's see, don't skip this process. Yeah, weaver. Maybe you're releasing a new product, or you're a designer taking on a new role or recommitting to your work. You don't have to be a creative. You can just be in your creative zone, releasing new products. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Butterfly transformation, air, nightingale, air. Don't fear this. There's a new teacher coming in, and I think that is significant. So, like, don't fear this part of the phase of the final. This phase does mean it's final. Don't fear the finality. Like, don't shy away from committing fully to seeing the finale, okay? And maybe there's gratitude in being really left with nothing, and then seeing your rise back up, right? Butterfly, like, don't fear coming out of the cocoon. The shell has been offering you security in your transformation, but now it's like, yes, right before your breakout, don't bring any fear into it. Sing it at the top of your lungs, and make sure you have a lot to say, and so don't shy away from that. Make sure you are ready to say it appropriately. So it's more so having gratitude to being able to appropriately release this message, okay? Having the voice, or having the penmanship, or having the skills to release this truth that is transformative, coming out of your own transformation, coming back into Technicolor, okay? Your level of, you are a teacher. You, regardless of your work, line of work, don't shy away from that, okay? You've cleared away enough room and space for that to be your justified truth, a justified aspect of your personality, okay? What you went through was meant to put you at this level for you to see the value in your speech, your writing, or your just what you teach. 3 archetypes for the Sagittarius Sun and Rising Collective. Okay, this is what I mean. The truth. Be very clear, not overwhelming. The challenge is bringing unconditional love into the situation. So even though you may feel like you were rightfully due what was taken away from you, it's coming back in a different shape or form. It may even take the same shape or form. For example, if you lost a job, lost money, it's coming back. Maybe a different job, different way of making money, or different avenues, different streams, or a different, your role is different than what it was, but it's releasing that those thought vibrations, 51 the flame and 72 agape. And then, sorry, I got lost in the sauce there. 42 the sword. Wow. Coming out of a challenging moment where you really had to address, like, why do I go for those things? Or like, is that really truly what I want? Like, it may look good. It may, like, they have the talk, they can talk the talk, but can they walk the walk? And now it's like, it's been proven to you that you talk the talk and walk the walk. And so it's like, can you release yourself from wanting that, from that desire of maybe wanting something that seems good for you, but that you know there's an underlying current to it. Was this in the Scorpio reading? Yes, this one was. Alethea, I don't know, again, this could be like, did I start the message like they're receiving the karma? Their karma, like, it wasn't about you bringing karma to them, right? Like, we don't operate in that school of thought here. Like, we don't hand out karma. Like, karma is a part of your individual, your soul. You could share karma as a soul collective. You could work to clear out and understand karma together as a soul group. But then your part of your soul has its own purifying to do, and you've done that. And the challenge is accepting maybe even that you did it fearlessly. So why have fear that they may not make it through, or they may not come along with you, right, Sagittarius? I think it's like they're in the dark, you've made it to the light, you've integrated both aspects of you, shadow and light, and so you are the bearer of truth, and they bear the weight of this now, where they may have mistreated you and brought you to your ruin. That was part of a karmic initiation to put you at a level where you were meant to rise to this. If you wanted it, and you did, you took on the challenge and you did it successfully, and now it's like giving them the chance to do it on their own. It may be that they also, you offer them guidance inadvertently, so you can't be afraid to release the message just because you don't want them to find it or hear it. Like they're undoubtedly, inevitably, they're going to hear your truth and it's going to sting. Don't fear, don't be afraid of that. You never have, Sagittarius. So why give this person leeway, right? You may have a lot of unconditional love for them. You may have a lot of love for them in general. You may want to just write that in your gratitude, or meditate on that in your gratitude practices, right? How grateful you are that this a-hole brought ruin to you, because out of that you've risen in your phoenix, in your rising through those fears to feel secure, okay, to move beyond the ashes and the phoenix, and then to become what purifies the gem, to shine, to find treasure within you, to have the courage to get through the dark, to find the treasure, and then to take the treasure, take what matters. When you find the treasure, you can't take it all with you. You take what matters, and then you come to the heart center, and that's where you are right now. And you can't bring them along. Okay, whoa, message for somebody. Oh my God, Sagittarius, thank you so much for being here. I'm your wild and free high priest. Can we have a message for the Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising Collective for their last half of November as we approach the new moon in Scorpio? Thank you so much. Let me just shuffle and we can get the show on the road. That was very heartfelt. I love it. I love it for you. It's like a surgical removal. Okay, we bring that up often in the last year for you. Possibly you underwent a lot of cathartic and medicinal releases to remove a lot of this energy, okay? Etheric, esoteric, and also practical medicinal health. Okay, that's where you are. Could have a lot of Scorpio placements, or just the Scorpionic timing is releasing. Okay, you could be dealing with a Scorpio because this came up where you have kind of left them out and you are returning to the flame. Okay, so you may be perceived as secretive or on your own or not dealing with anyone, and that's fine. You're working on your financial situation or your health and wellness to come back to your 2 feet. You already are energetically in the 5D or other levels, and then you're drawing that in, right? You're bringing that in. All spheres are lit, and so you're in that priming zone to come out of this, to recommit. And so that could possibly even be the challenge, right? Is to, again, with the moon, yes, you're at the precipice, you're at that, you're about to burst out of this, but it is about making it through possibly this Scorpio season, possibly Mercury retrograde Sagittarius and Scorpio is that final part of this timeline, and to not become afraid and not become haunted and go back. Do not run back, okay? You've eliminated and you've seen the disillusion and the delusion, okay, that they cause, that they bring, and so they can no longer affect you that way. So don't let yourself be affected by those matters any longer, okay? The moon, we have Virgo, we have Capricorn, shadow aspect of Sagittarius, so the end of that relationship, okay? Moving on for you, for yourself, for better, okay, not for worse. And then the Hermit, and then That's Virgo, and then the moon, Pisces. Okay. Significant aspects in your chart, or just the time Saturn asks you to release this, that you are not their mother, you are not like their mother, you are not to fulfill their childhood like trauma. Despite this being a spiritual connection, spiritually threaded, okay. Yes, look, they're worried, you're worried. Someone's this is spiritual too, Mercury and Taurus. It's like they may have put you in this concern, or they may want you to feel this way, and you're no longer dealing with that, okay? Here's that Sagittarius, shadow aspect of Scorpio, right? Knight of Wands. You can no longer allow them to treat you that way because you no longer are being treated. You no longer treat yourself that way, and you no longer allow anyone to treat you that way. You've seen the truth of that and where you stand as far as how much value you possess, and you were left out in the cold. Now they experience that. But that's not you leaving them out in the cold. It could feel that way, it could seem that way, but this is part of, again, their karmic justice and karmic path, okay? Okay, you're no longer giving into that Three of Cups. That no longer excites you, okay? There's no Mercury in Cancer. Your mind is no longer there in tending to them, to giving to them, okay? You're also no longer willing to celebrate with them, as in they're not part of your exalted path. They can watch from the sidelines, okay? You've healed that part of you, where you allow those that drain you to rain on your parade, okay? It's your party, and you're not going to cry. It's their party, so they can cry if they want to, and then you're having your own party too. See? Ten of Pentacles, Mercury in Virgo. How do we have all the Mercury cards? Mercury Taurus, Mercury Cancer, Mercury Virgo. Because look, you're out of that. Right now you could be really concerned. Again, remember, put up a lot of boundaries. I said that, I think, and then we said purify. So commit to releasing yourself from a lot of their energy. You're empathically taking on their concerns and their financial worry, and you could also feel the pinch, but this is more so about you being prepared, and God, the moon, the stars, the astrology, your guides preparing you for bigger and better, for this flow of abundance as you commit to the new you. You're looking ahead to that, for that, with that, towards that. You have come to that point. You are coming to that point. That's very cool. I like that. See, victory. I'm so sorry. I'm like a little burpy. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry about that. Jupiter in Leo. You're ready to shine, okay? An old part of you is really being released, that Knight of Wands. Like you're seeing what came in between both of you. Very typical message. It could have been their way of dealing, their dealings, who they kept as friends, who they celebrated with, how they went behind your back. You're too high value for that, okay? Your mind is on money too. You've got money on your mind, and they've got a lot. They've got an abundant flow of like, they don't know what to care for. Okay, so maybe that's what they're dealing with, is like, what do you actually care for versus you do know what you care for. And you know, you've shed away a lot anyway. You shed away a part of you that no longer, and that means you no longer relate to that former format of doing things, of dealing with them, of you, both of you no longer deal the same way, and you are showing up very differently. I think they see that now. Wow, Sag. Around you is this brand new beginning. Yes, your ships are coming in. They're trying to come in. Can you put yourself more in alignment with that and allow that to come in, allow your manifestation to show up in reality? Sun in Aries. It's a whole brand new beginning for you, to you. Okay, your advice is to actually enjoy. Okay, enjoy your time, your space. Look at you. Your advice is to have more fun, okay? To fall in love. Maybe there's a new lover. There's a new partnership. I don't know, something that is making you happy. Give into that. Feel that. This could be a partnership, okay? Card number 19, the Sun. We have the Sun in Aries, the Sun card in Leo. From the Moon, you're coming out of that. You are at that brink. You're coming out of that BS, okay? A huge, like, this is after justice, right? After having the courage to get the F out, to walk away from what leaves you feeling alone, feeling worried, what put you in concern, what drained you energetically and caused financial drain as well. Okay. Ace of Cups. The relationship with you has survived and is better. A new relationship, possibly. You're being, God says good luck. Good. A new passionate beginning. Ace of Cups. For you, baby. Okay, Holy Grail. See this Prince of Cups. Pisces, Aquarius energy. A young lover. I don't know, congratulations to you, Sagittarius. Or you're feeling young again because you're in love with yourself again. Good for you. Can we have clarity on the Ten of Pentacles? Thank you so much. I think you've aligned yourself in the way of a new project. Okay. So it's not necessarily having the patience, but really being ready to answer that call. Okay. A shift in your lifestyle. Again, it's maybe like the energy's like, can you handle this breath of fresh air? And then what comes with it? Can you handle the flow of abundance? Can you allow it to come in by committing to the changes? And also seeing the depth of this initiation and what it's meant to move you away from in the transcendental aspect of it, like spiritually, What does this mean for you practically, spiritually? What does this mean for you with mundane matters, with money matters? Okay, getting organized, being excited, getting organized in a way where you make room to have excitement and to feel fun and to allow this love to come in. So much freaking good energy here. 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands, the Sun, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the 10 of Discs. Look at this shit over here. Bye-bye. This 3 of Cups, they like having that fun, that little fun. You like having big love, okay? There's a lot to say about you being truthful and honest that you're not going to commit to this. Knight of Swords, Gemini, shadow aspect of Taurus. You don't see the value in that. You now see how valuable you are. That is a resounding message here. Okay, so rising to the occasion. Making sure you're ready for that big shift. You've undergone the initiation already, okay? Ace of Cups, clarity on the outcome, on the Ace of Cups. Look at this shit. This is the Queen of Swords and Queen of Cups. Can you make room? You're coming out of that separation back into love. The big holy grail cup of love, okay? Oh my God, the 6 of Wands wants to stay behind. And then the angels, the good one and the bad one. It's like one's here, one's there. Fairness, Moon in Taurus. Yeah, the last 2 weeks, something new came into your life. Okay. Or in the last 2 months, the last 2 weeks, I don't know. Ace of Cups. Can we get clarity? Okay, Uranus is like, yes. Fast, incoming. Okay. You know that's over as soon as you acknowledge the truth that you are no longer going back. Boom, Queen of Cups. From that decision, boom, love. Boom, heartfelt release, reformat. Okay, see, your attention moves elsewhere and you're in a new zone, here's the Ace of Cups. You manifested this and you're ready for it. Okay, just take your time with it. Okay, no longer fighting. Go towards the brand new beginning, the Sun card. Venus in Aquarius. It's been it took a long time, okay? You're feeling young again. That's part of this initiation is clearing the mind, okay? And not staying. The reason this love comes in, it's meant to be healing. And you cannot stay fixated on the end of that. You are not meant to fixate on being alone and being in, like, having to deal with that. Okay, you're meant to move away from that quickly. Yes, if you need confirmation that, okay, well, that was just so recent where, like, I finally did what I felt like I was supposed to do for the last however long it took you to come to this, like, finally saying no, standing up for yourself. Boom, it comes in. Boom, new love, like, shows up fast. That's, yes. That's Sagittarius energy, isn't it? Mercury in Sagittarius. Okay. Air on Earth. Uplifting are they an air sign? You have air placements, or over the next few months, this will become very significant for you. Your focus will shift to them in a loving manner, away from this misery and destabilized person. Okay, you're in God's hands now, Sagittarius, and God wants you to put down the fight and live in your joy. Okay, take responsibility. You have clarity of mind. Your intelligence is sought after, okay, in so many ways, in many partnerships. Okay, there's an offer, a true offer that you have manifested. Do you have the courage? Do you feel secure to possess that amount of abundance? Yes, because you've surgically cut away what needs to be cut away, and you are in between. There's a stagnation energy, likely all the retrogrades, but this is about you enjoying this fairness and love. Like, meanwhile you wait for your money to load, it's like your mind is cleansing and clearing, the heart is cleansing and clearing, and then this love comes in. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, all your likes. Thank you for being here. Hit subscribe if you're still here. You might as well leave me a comment, and yes, hit like, and yeah, I'll be back with more. Ciao. Thanks, Sagittarius.